An Italian Dinner by Mrs. W. G. Waters from The Cook's Decameron. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or how to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Reading by Bologna Times. An Italian Dinner by Mrs. W. G. Waters from The Cook's Decameron. Menu: Neapolitan soup, ostrich alla Livornese, pollo all'alava, cauliflower alla parmigiana, polenta pasticciata, bodino of semolina. Number 29. Neapolitan soup. Ingredients: fowl, potato flour, eggs, bechamel sauce, peas, asparagus, spinach, clear soup. Mix a quarter pound of forcemeat of fowl with a tablespoon of potato flour, a tablespoon of bechamel sauce No. 3, and the yolk of an egg. Put this into a tube about the size round of an ordinary macaroni. 20 minutes before serving, squirt the forcemeat into a saucepan with boiling stock and nip off the forcemeat as it comes through the pipe into pieces about 1.5 inches long. Let it simmer and add boiled peas and asparagus tips. If you like to have the fowl macaroni white and green, you can color half the forcemeat with a spoonful of spinach coloring. Serve in a good clear soup. Number 55. Ostrich alla Livornese, oysters. Ingredients: oysters, parsley, shallot, anchovies, fennel pepper, breadcrumbs, cream, lemon. Detach the oysters from their shells and put them into china shells with their own liquor. Have ready a dessert spoonful of parsley, shallot, anchovy, and very little fennel. Add a tablespoonful of breadcrumbs and a little pepper, and mix the whole with a little cream. Put some of this mixture on each oyster, and then bake them in a moderate fire for 1/4 hour. At the last minute add a squeeze of lemon juice to each oyster and serve on a folded napkin. Number 133. Pollo alla oliva, chicken. Ingredients: fowl, onions, celery, salt, parsley, carrots, butter, stock, olives, tomatoes. Cut up half an onion, a stick of celery, a sprig of parsley, a carrot, and cook them all in a 1/4 pound of butter. Into this put a fowl, cut up, and let it act brown all over. Turn when necessary, and then baste it with boiling stock. Add 4 Spanish olives, cut up, and 4 others pounded in a mortar, 8 whole olives, and 3 tablespoonsful of tomato puree reduced, and when the fowl is well cooked, pour the sauce over it. Number 161. Cauliflower alla Parmigiana. Ingredients: cauliflower, butter, Parmesan, cheddar, espagnole, stock. Boil a cauliflower in salted water, then sauté it in butter, but be careful not to cook it too much. Take it off the fire and strew grated Parmesan and cheddar over it, then put in a fireproof dish and add a good spoonful of stock and 1 of espagnole No. 1, and put it in the oven for 10 minutes. Number 188. Polenta Pastasiata. Ingredients: polenta, butter, cheese, mushrooms, tomatoes. Prepare a good polenta as above. Put it in layers in a fireproof dish, and add by degrees 1½ ounces of melted butter, 2 cooked mushrooms cut up, and 2 tablespoonsful of grated cheese. If you like, you may add a good-sized tomato mashed up. Put the dish in the oven, and before serving brown it over with salamander. Number 211. Bodino of semolina. Ingredients: semolina, milk, eggs, castor sugar, lemon, sultanas, rum, butter, cream, or zabajone. Number 222. Boil 1½ pints of milk with 4 ounces of castor sugar, and gradually add 5 ounces of semolina. Boil for a quarter of an hour more, and stir continually with a wooden spoon. Then take the saucepan off the fire, and when it is cooled a little, add the yolks of 6 and the whites of 2 eggs, well beaten up, a little grated lemon peel, 3/4 of an ounce of sultanas, and 2 small glasses of rum. Mix well, so as to get it very smooth. Pour it into a buttered mold, and serve either hot or cold. If cold, put whipped cream flavored with stick vanilla round the dish. If hot, a zabajone. Number 222. Footnotes. Number 1 refers to Espagnole, or brown sauce. The chief ingredient of this useful sauce is good stock, to which add any remnants and bones of fowl or game. Butter the bottom of a stewpan with at least 2 ounces of butter, and in it put slices of lean veal, ham, bacon, cuttings of beef, fowl, or game trimmings, 3 peppercorns, mushroom trimmings, a tomato, a carrot, and a turnip cut up, an onion stuck with 2 cloves, a bay leaf, a sprig of thyme, parsley, and marjoram. Put the lid on the stewpan and braise well for 15 minutes. Then stir in a tablespoon of flour, and pour in a 1/4 pint of good boiling stock, and boil very gently for 15 minutes. Then strain through a tamis, skim off all the grease, pour the sauce into an earthenware vessel, and let it get cold. If it is not rich enough, add a little Liebig or glaze. Pass through a sieve again before using. Number 3. Bechamel sauce. Ingredients: butter, ham, veal, carrots, shallot, celery, bay leaf, cloves, thyme, peppercorns, potato flour, cream, fowl stock. Prepare a mirepoix by mixing 2 ounces of butter, trimmings of lean veal and ham, a carrot, a shallot, a little celery, all cut into dice, a bay leaf, 2 cloves, 4 peppercorns, and a little thyme. Put this on a moderate fire so as not to let it color, and when all the moisture is absorbed, add a tablespoonful of potato flour. Mix well, and gradually add equal quantities of cream and fowl stock, and stir till it boils. Then let it simmer gently. Stir occasionally, and if it gets too thick, add more cream and white stock. After 2 hours, pass it twice slowly through a tamis so as to get the sauce very smooth. Number 187. Polenta. Polenta is made of ground Indian corn, and may be used either as a separate dish or as a garnish for roast meat, pigeons, fowl, etc. It is made like porridge. Gradually drop the meal with one hand into boiling stock or water, and stir continually with a wooden spoon with the other hand. In about a quarter of an hour it will be quite thick and smooth. Then add a little butter and grated Parmesan, and one egg beaten up. Let it get cold, then put it in layers in a baking dish. Add a little butter to each layer, sprinkle with plenty of Parmesan, and bake it for about an hour in a slow oven. Serve hot. Number 222. Zabajone. Ingredients: eggs, sugar, marsala, maraschino or other light-colored liqueur, sponge fingers. Zabajone is a kind of syllabub. It is made with marsala and maraschino, or marsala and yellow chartreuse. Reckon the quantities as follows: for each person the yolks of 3 eggs, 1 teaspoonful of castor sugar to each egg, and a wineglass of wine and liqueur mixed. Whip up the yolks of the eggs with the sugar, then gradually add the wine. Put this in a bain-marie and stir until it has thickened to the consistency of a custard. Take care, however, that it does not boil. Serve hot in custard glasses and hand sponge fingers with it. End of An Italian Dinner by Mrs. W. G. Waters. From the Cook's Decameron.